He is a mortgage lender. If you have not seen the episode, please go check it out. We cover the do's and do nots of mortgage, buying your first home. And he has a book. We'll talk about it a little bit later, and I'll probably show at the end. But today is Deal Breakdown. We cover cool, interesting stories. Ed, what's your cool, interesting story you have for us?
Well, all right. So this is what I'm going to tell everybody. Do not do your own divorce. All right. I had a guy who, him and his wife were married. They were community property with right of survivorship. They decided to do the divorce themselves, and they did it online, and they didn't address ownership part of it. Okay. They go through the divorce. They're going to refinance the property, do different things. She passes away right away. If you look at community property or right of survivorship, I can't talk today, you're going to see that it automatically would have went over to him during that process, but since they went and got divorced, it automatically turns into tenants in common. So now her half has to go through probate to the daughter and everything else. So what I'm getting at is, don't do the stuff yourself. Hire a professional and make sure that you deal with the property that you have, so it doesn't come back to bite you in the end.
What? That is okay. So I have know nothing about. I didn't even know you can do your own divorce paperwork.
Yeah, you can do it online. Take it in, and the guy's like, "Well, the judge didn't say anything. The judge isn't gonna give a shit. He's just like, you guys getting divorced. You agree? Okay, boom. He didn't know you had a house. He didn't know that stuff. They don't pull up property profiles.
Wow.
Yeah, so I was doing a refinance so he could pay off his daughter, stepdaughter or whatever, and then come to find out, title's like, no, this is tenants in common now. It's got to go through probate, and so they're trying to do a short probate. I have a trust attorney that does that, and I'm like, can you take care of this? He's like, yeah, send me this, this, and this. So,
oh my goodness, this is crazy. That's great. That's crazy.
Yeah,
wow.
I mean, just because that's why I always tell people check with an attorney, because if you talk to escrow doesn't advise you of what you should take title as, but most people take it as joint tenancy. Joint tenancy, if they would have been divorced, it would have stayed joint tenancy until they made the change, and then she passed away. Guess what? It would have meant to him. Then he could have done what he thought was right or wrong at the time, because she didn't have a will, she didn't have anything.
Oh my goodness!
And a will only gives you what you want the probate court to do.
This show is sponsored by HiveMind CRM. It is more than just a CRM. It is a real estate and business mastermind that comes with an all-in-one CRM. You can have unlimited websites and users. You can call, text, RVM, and email all in one user interface. And you can set up custom automations for any type and multiple businesses. 65% of companies start using a CRM system within the first 5 years of business. Once implemented, the HiveMind will save you on marketing, give you more time, and make more money. One of our users had his first $100,000 month using our system in June. We want to see you automate and accelerate your business. Text us at 210-972-1842 for future meetings, and of course to get our $1 course on how to make more than 6 figures on one land deal. You can schedule your free demo today at HiveMindCRM.io.
Did you know that?
Yeah.
You need a trust and a will so that you don't have to go through probate. But if you just have a will, it just tells the probate person, this is what I want it done with my property and everything else.
Seek professional help. I think this is the main point of this one. Seek professional help in whatever you're doing. The judge doesn't care. The escrow officer doesn't care. They're only there to do the certain part of the transaction. Right. That's it.
I was going to say, the escrow people don't do anything that they used to do. Us lenders put the CD together, the loan estimate together. They just like, yeah, those fees are right, and they give us the money. We'll separate. I don't know why they still charge as much as they do, because they don't. It used to be we give them the numbers, they would do all the disclosures and all that stuff. That changed, and we do all that stuff. And I'm like, why are they charging what they're charging? That's why I use Atlas Title. Do you know who Atlas Title is?
No.
Find them. They're buyer side. All right, so other companies, buyer and seller side, all that cost, their full cost is the buyer side of that transaction, meaning that they're half of the cost.
Wow.
Yeah, and we use them for refinances for years, and then they opened up offices all over California and throughout the country, and they have the same plans for title. I mean, it's not like it's a different title policy or it's one's better than another. It's the same.
Yeah. It's just charged cheaper. So
it's just way cheaper. I mean, I was doing refinance in cost for refinances. I could do a refinance cost of like $1,600 to $1,700 for title, escrow, everything, all my fees, all in, including prepaids.
Atlas Title.
Mm-hmm.
That's so crazy.
Because down there, you guys use separate title and escrow companies. Up in Northern California, we don't. Everybody's connected, and they're supposedly they get a deal by using them. When I went from Southern California up here, I was like, holy shit, this place is backwards. Because down there, you use escrow instructions and you figure out the scene up front before you do loan documents. Up here, they do the vesting at the end. So we have to come up with a form ahead of time to give it to, to draw docs and everything else. So it's just, it's a totally different world.
So seek professional help is the main thing.
Don't do. Yeah. I mean, there's some things you can do yourself, but it's going to cost him probably, I don't know, 20 grand now
to go through probate.
Yeah. Because average probate is around, $14,000 to $40,000, depending on what the size of the property is and all this stuff. So
we'll have a trust, have all that stuff set in place.
Well, have a group of people you refer all your people to, a trust attorney, a financial planner, so that they can get their kids, college things put together. Send them to have a whole group of people you send them to, and just say, here's everybody I work with. And then they'll refer to you too. The one thing you should be going after is divorce attorneys, because the only thing that's changing hands right now is major life events, divorces, deaths, job transfers. Those are people selling. And
Yep, 100%. Is this all in your book, by the way, by chance? I don't know.
No, my book is just about buying.
Just
about
buying.
First time home buyer kind of thing. It's not going to talk about that whole trust thing, but it does talk about how I help two of my good friends buy a place in San Clemente, a duplex, a block from the beach. And they Airbnb one side, they live in the other side, and they've been doing it for, I don't know, the last 7-8 years. And they bought it for $950,000. They did like 11% down because I did FHA at the time, and the thing's worth $2 million now, over $2 million. So,
where can people find you online? Where can people find your book, and where can people find your podcast?
Same thing I just told you. Ed Parcaut everywhere.
I know, but this is a new episode.
Oh, sorry, I apologize. You can find me everywhere under Ed Parcaut. EdParcaut.com, and then easy way to find my book is just getedsbook.com. That's getedsbook.com. Takes you right to my website book page. Click on the link, it'll take you right over to Amazon. Because most people don't know how to spell Parcaut, Parcaut. They always spell it wrong.
Just so you know, we did not record this back to back. That is a podcast secret that no one knows. Thanks for tuning in, guys. Thanks for tuning in, Ed.
No problem.
We're talking in fourth person now.
All right. How do you like this Restream?
I love Restream. I like the ability to pop stuff up, change the background, do a lot of cool stuff in the background. I feel like I have a control room at my fingertips.
Yeah, because I've used them all: Squadcast, Riverside FM, and now I'm in StreamYard.
StreamYard's very similar, but I like Restream. I've been using it for over a year. So
my problem with StreamYard is they got an issue. I have issues with delays. So I have 1 gig here in my office. I have fiber optic.
Yep.
And so I have AT&T in it, and it's fucking amazing. But if I go in there, sometimes it's like I have a guy, because I have a huge studio in here, and on the other for radio. And on the other side, we do our morning show, and he's like, he'll be behind a few seconds. And it's got to be StreamYard, because it's not anything else. I don't have an issue on any other except for StreamYard.
Riverside feels like it's the same way too.
Riverside's really bad because their servers are in Israel, so they has to go along that transatlantic cable. So like, depending on when you're doing it, there's all these people on the East Coast doing their shit through there, and us doing, and so that's the problem.
That makes sense.
And so I was like, well, when you get servers in the United States, we'll talk. But until then, because I had it for a while, and at first it was great because you could separate everything out. Now it's like, no, thank you. It takes too long.
Well, I hope you learn a little bit about podcasting too. Thanks for tuning in, guys. We'll get to the next episode.
Watching this YouTube video, we hope you found value. Please like, subscribe, and hit the bell to watch more videos just like this one.